Alrighty, guys, welcome back. It's your host, Tiny Jester. It's that time of the year again, time of the month. We got the end of the month review here on the channel. Go over what we did, talk about things that are upcoming in the near future, talk about projects we're working on, talk about all the games we played, and just give you kind of an update on what the status of the channel is. So thanks for coming by. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. August was another busy month. Actually, it was a very busy month. Let's take a look at what we did in August by, let's see here. Here we go. August of 2024, we played 6 new games: Funfair, Hostage Negotiator, Charioteer, Bullet Orange, which is part of the Bullet game, but it was the first time I ever played the orange version of it. FAS, so Fast and Simple College Football. And then Hex Explorer, the Forest of Artemon. First time we ever played that one. Again, part of the Hex Explorer, which I have played, but this was a new, and since every season is different, I'm counting it as a new game. So, with that, we have 6 new games played in August 2024, which brings our total for 2024 up to 72 new games played. Our goal, again, if we can, to get around 100 by the end of the year. I'm going to try and do about 100 every year, I think is a good way to do it. And then we had 49 games sessions played. As you can see, we only had 28 different games, but we had a ton of games we played multiple times. We played Bullet Star 3 times. We played Marvel United 3 times. We played Payoff Pitch 3 times. We played Stratomatic Baseball twice. We played Charioteer twice. We played Hostage Negotiator 3 times. Title Bout 2 twice. We played Marvel Champions 12 times. We played Lord of the Rings twice and Arkham Horror 3 times. Yes, we played Marvel Champions 12 times. Quite a few times in August of 2024. So that brings our total game sessions logged up to 340 games that we've played so far. Sessions, again, whether that's one scenario or one outing or one adventure of Marvel United or one game of Stratomatic Baseball, whatever that one session entitled. It might have been 20 minutes, it might have been 4 hours, but every session I log what I'm doing. Obviously on Board Game Geek. And interesting enough, I did double check my math today and checked my Board Game Geek. And my Board Game Geek, according to everything it has 340 games. I have 340 games, so I think we're right on track. Right. Again, that's just for my own personal, so I can keep track of how many times, how many games we're playing. We're averaging quite a few, 340. We're in 8 months, so 8, 16, 24, 36. I'm just trying to figure out how many. Probably around 45 or so. Let me get my calculator because now I'm interested to know how many on average per month. We got 340. We're going to divide that by 8 months now. And 42.5. So we're averaging about 42, 43 sessions per month, which makes sense. We've had around 50, but then we had a couple months where we only did like 20 or 30 or something. So we're averaging around 42 to 45 sessions of something going on. And that means, for you guys, I'm just trying to give you an update. There's only around 30 days, maybe 31 in some months, and we're doing 42 sessions, which means we're averaging over 1 session a day. And especially on the weekends, I'm trying to get 2 and sometimes even 3 sessions done in a weekend. So, yeah. And of course, we've got Sunday and Monday off this week. Woohoo! So we should be able to get some stuff done. All right, so new stuff. This last month, August 2024, we actually started and brought back. We actually didn't start. We brought back Jester's Judgment, which is my review of games. I was doing a weekly review where I would review the games and give all my different ratings for all the games that I played and talk about them and this, that, and the other thing. But after I did that for a few months, I said, you know what's going to happen is eventually I'm going to run out of games to review, and then what am I going to do? So I decided to scrap that idea and think about what I'm going to do, whether I was going to do reviews or not. And I decided, I think at the end of last month, I talked about this. We're going to start doing reviews here on the channel again. We're going to talk about the 5 good things, the 5 bad things, and then give you my thoughts and opinions about the game and then review it. Kind of our overall score for good or bad. And in August, we actually did 4 reviews already. And they were Charioteer, Race for Glory in Ancient Rome. We rated it at 88%, and we rated it as a good game. Check out the reviews if you want to find out more information about any of these games that I reviewed. In August, we also reviewed Marvel Champions. We rated that a 92%, which we also rated as awesome game. We also rated Wingspan. We rated it a 90% and gave it a great score. And then last but not least, we rated Inside Pitch Baseball. We gave it an 80% and rated it as good. So, again, all news reviews are on the channel, but from going forward, we're going to be, in our monthly review show, we're going to be talking about the games that we did review during the month. And, give you an idea of what reviews are on the channel in case you missed any of them. All right, so as you can see by our list there, we had a lot of stuff going on. We played Arkham Horror, the living card game, a couple times, Lord of the Games, living card games, and if you've been on the channel the last couple months, you did notice I picked up 2 or 3 complete cycles of Lord of the Rings, the living card game, and I picked up 2 complete cycles of Arkham Horror, the living card game. So going forward, we're going to be probably playing a lot of the Lord of the Rings, the living card game, Arkham Horror, the living card game every week. I think we're going to try and get at least one session of both of those games, Lord of the Rings and Arkham Horror. We're going to try and keep that going as a regular scheduled event every week. It's not going to be a certain day or anything, but it will be usually, we're going to try to get a Lord of the Rings and Arkham Horror. I spent all the money on getting the complete cycles and all the expansions and all the stuff and organizing them. And I ended up buying a lot of the Lord of the Rings, the card sleeves. I got card sleeves, the official Fantasy Flight card sleeves and everything. Really good quality card sleeves. So, yeah, going forward, we will be playing a lot of the Lord of the Rings and Arkham Horror, both of those cycles. We're going to be starting with the Lord of the Rings. We're going to be starting with the first cycle, which we're currently in the process of going through. We just completed, I just set up, it's in my drawer right here, the Hunt for Golem, which is, I think, the third or the fourth mission of the core campaign. So it's the one that comes originally in the box, comes with 3, and then you start buying expansion packs. And I think we're on the 4th or 5th one of that's, I forget which one it is. It's 4th or 5th, I think. So we're going to be doing that sometime soon. Marvel Champions, again, another one of my goals. Jeez, I got so many goals. It's incredible. Is to play all these characters. I have everything for the game, but unfortunately, there's 52 characters now, and I probably have never played 20 of them so far. So, and there's a bunch of missions I never did. There's a bunch of bosses I've never fought. So probably more Marvel Champions. We just picked up some new card sleeves for that game as well. We got Thor and Captain America and we got Doctor Strange, his new deck. So we're going to be getting, So we got some more of him coming through. We also get Miss Marvel, so we'll probably see her. So there's a bunch of characters we're going to try and get through in Marvel Champions there. Funfair, which is a new game. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. Title Bout 2, a great boxing simulation. One of my favorites. I'm really liking that. The more I play it, the more I understand the nuances of the game. I can get boxers now and get a good grips of how to play the game. So that's cool. We got Stratomatic Baseball. Hostage Negotiator, again, a new game we're going to talk about in the next segment here. We got APA Baseball, Momentum Football. One of my surprise sleeper hits is Momentum Football. I really think people should take a look at that game if you're looking for a fast sim football game that still gives you a lot of good information about what happened during the game. Charioteer, Cards of Cthulhu, which Phoenix Knight just did an unboxing on his channel with Cards of Cthulhu and the expansion because he saw me play this. He said, ooh, that looks pretty cool. I want to get it. So he just ordered it. It just came in, so I think sometime soon on his channel, he will be playing the Cards of Cthulhu as well. Wingspan, Stratomatic Baseball, Fall Classic Baseball, Payoff Pitch Baseball, Bullet Orange, Inside Pitch Baseball. We played a lot of baseball games this year, or this month. Then we got out Thunderstone Advanced with the Cavern of Bane. And man, oh man, our Thunderstone Advanced is such a great game, but it needs to be finished up. There needs to be a good solo mode for that. I've been trying to design my own solo mode, and man, it's just so long, and it just drags out too long. Arkham Horror 2nd Edition we played in honor of H.P. Lovecraft's birthday, which was August 20th. We played that on his birthday, August 20th. We didn't finish it up. There wasn't a part 2. I stopped it a couple hours in, and we are going to pick it up the next day, but I decided not to finish the game because it wasn't going great, and we kind of knew how it was going to turn out, so I decided not to spend the 2 hours going through the process to figure out what was going on with it. We brought ASG Golf back to the channel, another golf simulation, Stratomatic Pro Football, Marvel United. We played 3 different missions with Marvel United. Bullet Star, we got that back out after playing Bullet Orange and having a great time with that. And interesting enough, if you've been on my channel or you know, I've got boxes and piles of games right here. And the problem is a lot of games, they get put at the bottom, and then there's a huge stack of games on top of them or in front of them, and I can't get to those games. Well, I was looking to trade a game to Phoenix Knight, and so I had to dig down through the boxes to get the game that he was interested in trading. And because that, I had pulled a lot of boxes off and moved them around, and that's when I was like, oh, Bullet Star, I haven't played this in a long time. So, interesting story. Then, of course, we played APA Golf Game, another golf game, Hex Explore, which, the Hex Explore, the Forest of Artemon, we're playing every Wednesday night at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time with Mike Butterjelly. And we're going to be doing that for the next few weeks, every Wednesday at 6 o'clock. And we're going through a solo adventure, the two of us. Then we played the APA baseball game and then data-driven football. So a lot of sports. This time of the year, it's weird because you got baseball in full swing. You got college football starting back up. You got pro football starting back up. It really gets your juices flowing again to get back into sports. I'm playing a lot of sports games again, having a good time playing them. So I played quite a few different baseball games. Got the thick of the baseball season going on. You got the college football starting, so playing the momentum football. Got the Stratomatic Pro football. I even got my solo chart. If you're interested, I did a solo chart. Let's see if I can pop this on the screen for you guys. If you didn't watch the video and you're interested in it, I did a super advanced solo chart, which if I go to my desktop, which I actually have on my desktop, there it is. Oops. There we go. So there's this super advanced Stratomatic football solo sheet, which allows you to play Stratomatic super advanced with just this, just rolling a couple dice to find out what your opponent does. So you can play with the super advanced side of the cards, which is a much better game than the basic game. It's like you're playing Stratomatic baseball basic. Nobody does that. Nobody plays Stratomatic baseball because nobody likes the Stratomatic baseball. Everyone plays Stratomatic advanced or super advanced. Same thing with the football. Problem is, nobody plays the advanced because there is no way to play it advanced without face-to-face and moving chits and things around. So that's why I created this chart. So if you're interested, you got my email address. You know where it is. Email me. All right, so let's get busy and talk about the review. Let's see where it is here. Here it is. So we're going to give you our first takes of the new games we played in 2020, in August 2024. So there's 6 games, 6 new ones. Again, these are not going to be reviews. These are just basically my first take, giving you kind of an overview. Did I enjoy it? Did I not like it? What do I think of it? Is it worth your time? Is it, if it's something you're interested in, boom. So the first one we played is Funfair. It is basically the twin sibling of Unfair, but unfortunately they didn't do anything with Funfair other than create like a base game. With Unfair, there's like expansions and there's all kinds of extra cards and stuff and different things you can do with it. With Funfair, it's just the core box and there's no expansions for it. So it's not as good as Unfair. If you're interested, get Unfair. Don't get Funfair. I mean, it's still a fine game. There's nothing wrong with it. Hey, Ron, how you doing, buddy? It's not as good as Unfair because of the ability that Unfair, you can expand your decks by getting all the expansions. The expansions are expensive, but Funfair, it's just like you're going to play through the core game with the core cards, and eventually you're going to see all the cards and everything there's no new content. So yeah, it just doesn't seem like it's worth it to me anyways. It's still it's okay game. There's nothing wrong with it. It's part of the Funfair, Unfair system. It's fine. Next up, Hostage Negotiator. It's good. But it's just been, this was the original game that came out, and it was good, and there's a lot of expansions for it and everything, but I think it's been outdone by Final Girl, which basically uses the same system, kind of modified a little bit, the original Hostage Negotiator system, and they made it in my opinion, a much better game. Well, Hostage Negotiator is a fine game. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, I would rather play Final Girl than Hostage Negotiator. I think it's just it uses the game system better, is what I'm saying. Hostage Negotiator, again, fine game, it's just been outclassed. It's just been outclassed with the better game. And it's no fault of its own. Number 3, Charioteer. This was a surprise hit for me. If you look at all my reviews of August, August was not a good month for me. The one good surprise for me was Charioteer, which played great. It was fun. It was interesting. And I three-handed it solo just fine. You could do it four-handed. You could do it five-handed. I even started working on it. I did a solo mode for it. And I've already got a second solo mode that I will probably be bringing out here sometime soon. Probably in the next week or so. I'm going to be bringing out Charioteer Solo Mode Part 2. So if you're into Charioteer or you like the game but you want to play it solo, you can check out my playthrough where I played my solo system with it. But again, I'm going to be bringing out Part 2 of the Charioteer solo system probably next time. But it's worth it. It's well worth it. It's a great game. If you like racing, it's a racing game with chariots. You're not going to find too many games like that. I like the theme. I think it's really well done. And like I said, you can play it solo. You could run 6 chariots around and have a great time by yourself. It's a great game. Next up, and by the way, I did do a full review of Charioteer. Next up is Bullet Orange. I'm telling you, if you have not played the Bullet system, solo Bullet system, which is Bullet Heart, Bullet Heart and Bullet Star, and the expansion, which is Bullet Orange, you really need to do that. You really need to. It is a super great system. It's super involved. It's super complex. There's a whole bunch of different characters. They all play differently. And every character turns into a villain and it plays awesome. It's just a great game. It is one of these not the games you don't hear a lot about. It's probably going to be for sure in my top 50 games of all time. It is a great game and great system. If you can get them, and I don't even know if you can still get them or not, but make sure that you get the, make sure if you can, to get the big wooden bullets. It makes the game so much better than the little cardboard ones that come in the base game. Cardboard ones aren't as, they're harder to manage, and, you know, you don't feel the weight of the bullets. So if you can, it's an extra expansion to get, but if you can, order the wooden bullets. It'll be well worth your investment if you can get that. But for sure, Bullet Orange, Bullet Heart, Bullet Star. Nobody ever talks about these games, and I don't know why. I've played them on my channel a bunch. I think every solo player out there should play them. Do not get it. It's weird. When you play multiplayer, you go into this, and I've never played it multiplayer, but I think it's like a real-time game thing that happens. Don't play it for that. Get it just for solo. It's so much better. It's a great game. Next up, FAS College Football, which stands for Fast and Simple College Football. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, it's a lot of work and it's a lot to manage. And while the name is Fast and Simple, it's not fast. And it's not simple either. So FAS College Football is not fast and it's not simple. So it's still a fine college football simulation. Here's the thing. I bought this from Downey Games and they don't even sell this game anymore. I don't know if it went defunct or if like the person that made the game left Downey Games. I have no idea. You can't even buy this game anymore. So I'm just giving you a review of it. There's no Board Game Geek page for it. There's no information about on there. I think I'm literally the only person on the internet that has an FAS college football video. If you want to find out what it's like, it's a fine game. If you can find it, great. But I got it at Downey Games for, I don't know, like $15 on sale last Black Friday special. But now when I played it the other day, I went to show people online where to pick this game up, and they're not even selling it anymore. So I don't know what happened to it. It could just have disappeared. I don't know. It's a fine game, but just go play a different game. Is my opinion. Last but not least of our first takes of new games, Hex Explore: The Forest of Ardaman is part of the Hex Explore system. It's a fantasy role-playing adventure game. You can play it solo. You can play it multiplayer. I've played it solo. I've played it multiplayer with Mike. We're going to be playing this game specifically every Wednesday, probably for the next month or two, as we go through. And there's a ton of different characters. There's a ton of different options. Every season, there's now 5 different seasons. There are 5 different seasons. I have Season 1 and I have Season 2, and they both play completely different. There's different rules, and there's different... Season 2 is about the Forest of Ardaman and the sorceress witch that has taken over the forest and causing problems. And you do things like harvesting seeds, and you... chop up vines, and you have new encounters and stuff. In the Season 1, it's about the dead Lich King that comes back, and it's all about the undead and skeletons and zombies and undead kings and stuff like that. So every season's different. I know Season 4 is all vampires and werewolves, and so depending on which season you like and what your theme is, it's still all the basic same game system though, but the artwork in this game, just happens to be one of the expansion boxes, and you can see the artwork for this game is amazing artwork. If you enjoy a lot of really good artwork with your games, you literally cannot go wrong. Look at this. This is a poster board. Inside, they don't make this, they don't do this in regular games anymore. But look at that. This is something like you could frame this thing and put it on your wall, man. Look at that. And it's 2-sided. Look at that. This is not an instruction booklet. They just put this on the back. They made this for you. They made this for the players. I'm just saying, if you enjoy good artwork and you enjoy a nice fantasy story, you can't go wrong with Hex Explore. So those are my first takes. Again, I did a full review of Charioteer, but the other ones, these are going to be just my initial impressions of them. Now, to round up the month, we got a new segment, which is basically the same segment we did last month, but I'm just naming it something else. We're going to call this segment the Hot 5. So what I'm going to do every month is I'm going to take 5 of the games that I played, and I'm going to recommend them for you guys and kind of give you the information about them. And basically just take 5 games. These are not like the top rated games. These are just 5 games that I played in August that I enjoyed, and I would give to other people and say, play these 5 games and you'll be fine. You'll be happy. So that's what this is. It's just a Hot 5. It's not number 1, number 2, number 3, these aren't like the top 5 games of the month. This is just me saying, take these 5 games off the shelf and play them. Number 1, it's going to be Title Bout 2. This is a boxing simulation game. If you can definitely order and get this if you don't own it. And you can order it from Drive-Thru RPG or Drive-Thru Cards. I forget who has it, but you can get all the cards. The reason I'm bringing this one up is if you order Title Bout 2, they have just redone the heavyweights with tarot size cards. So instead of a normal poker size card, they've now redone all the heavyweight cards with tarot size cards. Let's see if I can pull this out. So I will show this what I'm talking about if you are interested. So here is, let's get rid of this. And we'll get rid of this. So this is a normal boxing card. This happens to be a heavyweight, but this is the original heavyweight. And now they've redone all of the heavyweights. I don't know if they're going to do anybody else, but they've done them with tarot size cards, and they make them so much easier to read and play with because obviously it's like twice as big. So you can order these on the Drive-Thru Cards site. I think it's Drive-Thru Cards. Just look for, do a search for Title Bout 2. But anyways, so you can see the difference in the size. These are both heavyweight cards. These are the original, which I think you can still get the original, but I mean, obviously, if you can, get the bigger ones. If you can afford them, get the bigger ones. All right, back to what we were talking about. So, game number 1, Title Bout 2, great boxing simulation game, really fun, really interesting. You can see the community rates it best played solo, best played with one person. It's a really fun game. I'm not even a boxing fan, and I enjoy playing it. I have the computer version of it. I have the cards and dice version of it. It's just a fun game to play. Number 2 is going to be, yes, we're going to be playing this a lot in the next couple months. The Lord of the Rings, the card game. I played this when it first came out. Oh my God. Probably 200 or 300 times. I played a lot of this with a lot of my friends. Every week I would play this game. And I think I burned out on it because I haven't wanted to play this game for a long, long time. And now that I started getting some of the cycles back into it and I played some of it again, it remind me of how great the game was. It's a really good game. It plays solo great. It's a classic. If you don't have this, you can pick it up and you can start going through the cycles just like I am. And now you don't need to try to hunt down the individual packs. You can buy each cycle complete in 2 boxes. One is the adventure pack and one is the hero pack. Right there, hero. So you're going to want to find the hero pack, and the other one is going to be like the adventure pack. So you're going to look for 2 packs. And that'll give you the whole cycle in 2 boxes. So you can start playing through it again. Now with the Lord of the Rings, they've done some weird thing where they reprinted this 3rd cycle. Then they didn't reprint the 4th cycle yet. And they reprinted the 5th cycle, I think it is. And now they're reprinting the 6th cycle. So they've skipped a couple of the cycles. It's a little weird how they started reprinting it. It's not like cycle 1, cycle 2, cycle 3, cycle 4, cycle 5, cycle 6, cycle 7. It's like they've re-released the core one. Then they re-released cycle 3, and now they're re-releasing cycle 5 and 6, I think, are the way they're doing it. It's still a great game. Fortunately for me, I had someone donate all of cycle 1, all of cycle 2, and all of cycle 3. So I'm set for a long time in Lord of the Rings stuff. Number 3, my hot third one. We've talked about Bullet quite a bit already in this episode. This is Bullet Orange. This is one of the weird expansions. They add more characters to the game. You get, I think, like 4 or 5 new heroines to add to it. It's just more stuff for a great game. I would highly recommend, if you don't own Bullet Heart, Bullet Star, buy both of them, and then buy Bullet Orange, and you can have a great time with that game. And last but not least, Hot 5 is going to be Arkham Horror 2nd Edition. So it is an all-time classic, one of my top 10 games of all time. This is a Cthulhu Mythos adventure game where, again, you can play solo, running 4 different characters. You can play solo playing 1 character. It goes anywhere from 1 to 8. It plays best with 4 characters, whether you're playing with 4 people or 1 person. It still plays best with 4 characters. It is designed by Richard Launius, and I know Richard personally, and he's a really nice guy, really good guy to hang out with. Really interesting. I got to talk with him and Herman Luttman at Buckeye Game Fest this week, and it was really a pleasure to have those 2 people talking and being involved in talking with the both of them. It was like I felt like a third wheel, you know? It's like there's little me, which is nothing but a YouTuber and streamer, talking with Richard Launius, who made Arkham Horror and a bunch of other games, and Herman Luttman, who made Plum Island Horror, Dawn of the Zeds, and A Most Fearful Sacrifice, and hundreds of other great games. And then there's me, little old YouTuber. It's like crazy. What's going on here? Why are you guys talking to me? Anyways, awesome game. One of my top 10s of all time. So the 5 games I would recommend from this month is going to be Title Bout 2, Lord of the Rings, the Living Card Game, Bullet Orange, Arkham Horror, and, we didn't give you the 5th one. Might as well give you the 5th one. There we go. I knew there was another one around here. And I grabbed the wrong screenshot. It's not what I was going to be recommending. Sorry, that was for something else. Let me see if I can bring in the right screenshot now. That's kind of... I think I took the wrong screenshot, didn't I? I bet you I did. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? Alright, let's try this again. There's what we went to do. I meant to do Payoff Pitch Baseball. I don't know how Inside Pitch got in there. Anyways, Payoff Pitch Baseball is my other recommendation. So Payoff Pitch, Title Bout 2, Bullet Orange, Arkham Horror, and think about that. If you had those 5 games, Bullet Orange, Bullet Heart, Bullet Star, any one of those, Lord of the Rings, the Living Card Game, Arkham Horror 2nd Edition, Title Bout 2, and Payoff Pitch, you're talking about 5 of the best. I'm not sure you can give me a list of 5 better games than that. That is, and that's just, wow. That, now that I think about it, that's like, that is incredibly, well, that is a list of games that is, talk about hot 5. Woo! That is a super hot take there. Payoff Pitch Baseball, Title Bout 2, Bullet Orange, Lord of the Rings, the card game, and Arkham Horror 2nd Edition. Those are 5 Those are 5 games that'll be in my top 50, probably even the top 20 games of all time. That is crazy. Wow. That is a really good list. I'm trying to remember what I recommended last month. What I'm going to do going forward is I'm going to mark my sheets down so I know which games I recommended. I'm going to highlight them. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put brackets in front of them. That's what I'll do. All right, I'll put brackets in front of them. Bullet orange. Here we go. Put brackets in front. That way I'll know which ones I recommended going forward. That'd be a good idea. Fall payoff pitch. Wow, I can't believe what a good list. What a great list of games these are. My goodness gracious. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need one more, which is going to be Lord of the Rings. There we go. Boom, boom. All right, so there we go. I've got it saved. At least going forward, I'll remember which is our 5. So there is our 5 we're going to recommend. Wow, that is a great group of 5. Really, really happy with those 5 games. Wow. You can get a lot of great gaming out of that. So that is our review show, end of August. A lot of great things. I talked about this in July, that I was going to start our sell-a-thon, YouTube sell-a-thon. It is gone okay. I've traded a few games. I've sold a few games. It is certainly nowhere near what I thought it was going to be. I literally thought I was going to put all these games on and people were going to scarping them up left and right. Now, there's been a lot of people that have bought games or have said, hey, I've got a game. I know you're interested in it. You want to trade? And I've made a few trades. So I'm getting better games in my collection that suit me better. It gives me a better opportunity to play more new games for you guys. But I've only sold maybe 5 or 6 games so far. I've traded a few and I've sold about 5 or 6 games, which unfortunately is not a lot because the last video I did, I had quite a few games for sale and I think I've only sold one and I've traded one since then. So I've done a video on my channel, if you're interested, called YouTube Sell-a-thon Part 1 and YouTube Sell-a-thon Part 2. In that video, I go through and show you every game that I'm selling and how much I'm asking for. And the reason I'm selling it, if you're interested, you got my email address. All you have to do is, let me know you're interested in making a purchase from me. So I'm hoping going forward, I think a lot of people are confused. A lot of people are like, where are these games you're selling? Because, I guess it's not common for people to go, here's a bunch of games and I want to sell them and here's what I'm asking you for. I don't understand. I just thought it would be like, if I did a video, I would be getting 50 people emailing me. Oh, I want that game. I want that game. I want that game. But I guess a lot of people are they don't understand. All they have to do is watch the video. I guess. I don't know. It's a little weird what's going on. But hopefully, I think as the word gets out, people go, oh, okay. I know one guy I sold some stuff to contacted his buddy and said, hey, you should watch the video too because there might be something you're interested. And so his buddy contacted me and said, so obviously the news isn't out, hey, watch the videos. I'm hoping eventually people will get the message, oh, hey, Jester put a new video out. He's selling these games. And going forward, then it'll be a much more interesting thing, I guess, going on. So I don't know. People, I guess when you go outside the box, people can't think outside the box. I don't know what it is. It's like I could do Patreon and I could say I want to charge everyone to become a Patreon and charge you like $2 or $3 a month or $4 a month or whatever they do. Like, a lot of YouTubers charge everyone a Patreon. And my thing was like, why do that when instead of spending $3 or $4 a month just to watch my content, you could just buy a game. You could literally just buy a game, get this sent to you, and then donate by buying a game, and then you have something. I mean, for me, it makes more sense to get something for your money than just gifts. But I'm like, am I thinking outside the box and people aren't comprehending? Like, would it be easier for me just to tell everyone I'm going to start using Patreon and I'm looking for subscribers because that's like the norm? I don't get it. I thought if I said to people, don't do that and buy a game instead, if you want to help support the channel so I can get new games and I can get new equipment and I can get new content and I can get new stuff on the channel. If you want to help support all that, instead of giving me $2 or $3 every month, why don't you just buy something? You'll get something to have and you would have helped donate to the channel, which I think makes more sense to me. But I don't think this is wrapped around enough people's heads out there yet. So we're still, long story short, we're still working on, I've got a whole bunch of things. I've got 200 or 300 games I'm going to be selling off in the next 6 months, one way or the other. If I have to put them on Board Game Geek, I'll do it on Board Game Geek, but I'm trying to do it with my subscribers, giving them something so they can support the channel as opposed to just some Yahoo on the internet. Anyways, if you're interested, check out YouTube Sellathon Part 1, YouTube Sellathon Part 2, and coming soon, YouTube Sellathon Part 3, if you want to help support me and the channel. All right, that's it for this episode. It's been a long time, unfortunately. But there's a lot to talk about this month. Crazy amount of stuff. A lot of content. We played 6 new games. We're up to 72 new games this year on the channel. We logged 49 game sessions, which means we're at 340. We did 4 review shows. We did a what's it called? Not Status Pro. We did a Stratomatic Advanced, Super Advanced Pro Football Helper tutorial sheet. We did a video on it. We also have the sheet available if you're interested. If you're going to be playing Stratomatic Super Advanced, you have my email address. I will email you the sheet. You can try it out. We've also done a solo tutorial and playthrough of my solo system for Charioteer. We'll be having part 2 of that coming in the next few days. And don't forget, every Wednesday at 6 o'clock, we'll be playing Hex Explorer, the Forest of Ardamon, for the next month or so. So, that's just the extra stuff. We're talking about also playing 28 different games on the channel and playing 49 different things, 49 different sessions of gameplay, 6 new games on the channel, plus all the other stuff, plus the YouTube sellathons, plus the unboxings, plus, you guys are getting a lot of content for I would have to say, for compared to a lot of the other YouTubers out there that are maybe 2 or 3 videos a week, if they're lucky. I'm just saying, you guys that are supporting me, I'm trying to give back to you guys, try to give you some support, give you something that makes you interested in coming to watch me, unlike a lot of other YouTubers out there who just expect you to show up and watch their videos. So, that's the advantage of a small channel is you get the personalized, loving service by me. As opposed to one of those big channels who doesn't give a crap about you as long as you're giving them money through their Patreon. So again, thanks everyone for coming out. Thanks for your support. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And we will see you all next time. Thanks so much. August was crazy. September, I'm sure at the end of the month is going to be it's going to be a beast. We got September 1st. Day off, which is Monday, so we're probably going to put 2 or 3 games on the channel that day alone. Thank you for your support. Thank you. If you've purchased something or traded with me, I appreciate that. If there's something you see that I've got for sale and you don't have the money, you don't have the resources, you can always contact me and say, I'm interested in the game. I'm just a poor old black man and I can't afford anything. And you never know. I've donated games to people. I've sent things to people. And if you're, I'm a loving, caring person. That's all I can say. You know it. I mean, I hate to say it, but it is. It's true. Anyways, thanks everyone. I will see you next time. Until then, my friends, we'll see you all down the line. Bye for now.